Alrighty. And we're back. What's happening, party people? Oh my. Streamer showdown time. It's the best. Alright. Max, you rolling with us?
Alright, I'm here. What's going on, y'all?
Alright, are we both in at this point?
Yeah, I'm transitioning. What's up, people? Alright, what are we calling this? Streamer skirmish? That's what I'm calling the whole thing.
I mean, I've been just calling this team testing, and for those who are unaware, we are going to have people on both sides of this, so make sure you've got two screens locked and loaded. On my side, TheDarkStream, we're going to be playing some Grixis Midrange. Over on Max's side, what do you got for us, Max?
Well, on my side, we're going to be taking a look at Mardu Angels, seeing if it can be a formidable foe for what I consider the top deck in the standard meta at the moment, Grixis Midrange.
Absolutely. It's
And
going to be...
for all my viewers, I've got it up on the screen here. And as soon as Darkstream's ready to go, we'll jump into the first set.
Yeah, let's get into that first set. I'm ready to pop off here with a little Grixis. Alrighty. See what we can do here. I mean, end of the day, what I'd really like to figure out is, one, is Grixis midrange just that good? Like, is it the only option in this meta, or are there other options that are more suited to dealing with it? Because I have yet to find the deck that just smashes through Grixis midrange easily.
Yeah, I think Esper's making a comeback. I just rebuilt it yesterday, and from what I ran into it on ladder, and I saw just a very streamlined version of the deck, and I think it might have a chance.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. All right, I got you on the direct challenge here.
Drop your gamer tag for me again, because it after Pizza Box it clears out. Yeah.
Right. I always forget. It just runs it right out. One sec. There we are. It's over in the Discord for you.
Yeah, I played 8 rounds of that, so yeah, it's gone.
And for those who haven't yet heard, you'll be able to see this on my channel as well, but the MTG Rebellion has begun. If you're a streamer, we've got a Discord up and running, and we're currently in it actually right now. That's how we're facilitating this tete-a-tete right back and forth.
Hell yeah, man. I am so enthused about what we've got coming up for content for the Rebellion. I'm really excited about these. We're gonna try to do these like every week, make it a regular thing.
Right.
All right. Then
let's see if it goes through. There we go. Oh, and you even you even have a Mardu Angel as your Planeswalker figure here. I love it. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, like I err on the side of letting people know what I'm playing, right? Like in the beginning of Arena, I used to try to fool people, like have Jace out there when I was playing like Mono Red.
So on my end here, this is what we consider somewhat of a risky keep, chat, but I think it's worthwhile to do because we won the die roll. Otherwise, I would not keep this. Max, how are you looking on your end?
Oh my gosh, it's a risky keep. It's especially when you're playing the tricolor decks, like it's always a risk. It's very likely you mulligan.
Well, we'll see how it pans out.
All right, I'm doing the same.
Take a little bit of a risk, see what happens, right?
Yeah.
That panned out nicely.
It's one of the reasons I like this this kind of like friendly, playing against somebody friendly format with the voice chat is I feel like I can take a little bit more risk, right? It's not a tournament format, it's not ladder, but at the same time, you still want to win.
Right. So here we're going to do a little wandering mind and decide how we want to structure our next few turns.
Wandering Mind, if you guys have been paying attention, very recently has come back into Grixis. I know in the very early days of Grixis, it was used to hunt Invoke Despair. Yeah, I think it's like 2 or 3 copies in the main deck is what we've been seeing.
Yeah. For those wondering why the Harvester took out Giada, it's because it lets a little too much acceleration occur. And we just want to get away from that. Alright, so the Invoke takes a hit. We push back with the Fable, and we're noting some missed land drops on the other side, so we got to take advantage of that tempo.
Oh, wow.
Gonna get hit that hard, eh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I thought by now I would catch that third, but it's fine.
Do we need to do anything here? I don't think so. It's a little premature to play out the Adawara. And if there isn't another land on the other end, okay, so they do have a land. So this is still a game. I was gonna go, if there's no land, this is not gonna be a game. Okay, now we can dump out the Adawara. We're gonna dump out Galvanic Iteration because it has the flashback scenario. So.
Oh yeah.
And that's part of what I like.
Also, I don't think it's in that list, but Tenacious Underdog, another one of those cards that's good to dump.
Oh yeah. Okay, now the question becomes, how hard do we want to extend? In my case, I think I'm just dumping another Fable and leaving it at that. Don't want to extend it any further. Okay. I think we're going to be just fine. Got to do a little math here in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can't quite kill this turn, but we are most certainly going to be ahead. Dump out the Angel, smack, 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 smack.
Oof.
And this is one of those scenarios where they need to clean up with, I don't know, Brother's End? Is that where we're at? Brotherhood's End? Is the bailout?
I should mainboard that, shouldn't I?
It's not bad.
Yeah, Brotherhood's End is the bailout. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Just a couple of Blood Tide Harvesters.
So the stumble there got you really good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Man, that hand would have curved out really well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Had almost all the pieces then.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to sort out the sideboard for this matchup, and I probably should have done a little more research ahead of time to figure out where I wanted to board it, but I didn't, so here we are. I don't know how good Negate is against you post-board. You are kind of a creature-heavy deck with all these angels.
Absolutely.
You've got, what, 4 Fables, some number of Wedding Announcements. I don't think you play Invokes,
No
do you?
Wedding Announcements. I'm pretty creature-heavy.
Fair, fair. Oh my. Oh, evening, Star Trace. Thanks for stopping by the chat. If you haven't yet, you may want to pull up a second screen. We are doing a little bit of team testing tonight. And the other side, max damage. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to hear max coming through on my side as well. But if you can't, let me know so I can try and fix it real quick.
Thank you for stopping by. And to all my viewers, definitely pull up a second screen and give the TheDarkStream your attention and a follow if you haven't already. As a member of the Rebellion and the Damage Den, you really should pay attention to the TheDarkStream's content.
Alright, so in my opinion here, the negates are less than worthwhile, whereas the Graveyard Trespassers have somewhat of a premium on them because they're difficult for you to deal with and they apply pressure quickly. It's hard to tell where else we need to go, though. I think we're going to do minimal sideboarding moving into the game 2 and see how it feels position-wise before game 3, if we end up on a game 3. When in doubt, I usually stick with close to the same 60 that got me there, and that allows me to, like, especially if I win game 1. You know what I mean? If you're in doubt after you get the W, you don't have to change everything just because they're playing something. You can take a little bit of time and use game 2 to get more information and figure out where you're supposed to be positioned.
Tell my viewers that all the time. After game 1, you can be a little loose.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even, I don't know that I'd even call it loose. I would call it fishing for information at the expense of game 2. And it's just an educated move sometimes. Okay, mulling to 5. Luck has not favored you in this first set.
That's all right. We're going to roll with it.
Fair, fair. Let's get rid of the Ramp Angel. That thing hits beast mode way too quick, Max. Way too quick.
Yeah, it really does. That's an important piece to take out early.
Mm-hmm. All right.
This would come in as a 4/4 otherwise, yeah. The Archangel of Wrath would come in as a 4/5 or even bigger if you've already got Inspiring Overseer on turn 3.
Makes sense. All right. Little Seraph action, huh?
God, Lifelink so undervalued for some reason, you know, like although I think I don't remember who pointed it out, but it's one of the reasons why aggro isn't dominant right now, right? The fact that there's so much lifelink. Was it you that pointed that out on the pizza box, or can't remember.
That might have been before me. That might have been I think it was Damien was before me.
Yeah, it might have been Damien that pointed it out.
So in this circumstance, we needed to take the Seraph off the board. We played the Bankbuster because we want to make sure that this treasure token, if it's going to go through, is going to cost a removal spell, or just the 2/2 in general. And if it costs the removal spell, that's fine too, because that means they're out of gas. Yep. So we crew up here, we eat the removal spell. Based on what we have in hand, we're totally fine with this trade. No trade. Interesting. Okay. Is this a Volt Surge?
It's a card nobody plays for some reason.
I haven't seen Volt Surge in a minute, yeah. Oh, Rite of Oblivion. Okay, okay. Now, curiosity there with the Rite of Oblivion. Why not do it, if you're going to use the blood, why not do it right after casting the Harvester to keep the treasure guy alive and rolling?
I didn't know if you were going to trade the Harvester or try to draw, or I don't know.
Oh,
I guess I
enough.
should have guessed you. It was more than 50% likely you ended up doing what you did do. So
no, you're fine. I was just
move.
Curious. Do we...
Another Bankbuster. Bankbuster is so good against mid-range in general.
And let's see, you don't have the ability to use the Harvester, so we don't have to do much here. We can still just go this path and force the Rite of Oblivion on the Bankbuster again. Or that. But in this scenario, when that happens, just do a little
Oof.
Make it disappear. Okay. And that gets rid of the extra piece for Rite of Oblivion.
Yep.
Still not super ideal, but I wasn't going to trade out the 3/2 there, and I would rather force out the extra treasure token. Okay. Die, Kiki, die.
Of course. You're also someone who advocates for Blood Tithe Harvester being sacrificed to kill a Goblin Shaman, aren't you?
Yeah.
On phase 1 of Fable, yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, if you're playing against Grixis, they're going to invoke next turn, so it might be a good move.
Shelly. Okay. Shelly's back, baby. All right.
Duh.
I was like, I mean, if you wanna lose it, that's fine. we can go that route. All right, let's blow up the Shelly and keep rolling.
Oof.
And yeah, I think we're just wandering here. What do we need? Yeah. Little Fable action. And yeah, we can pull this now. Probably would have been slightly wiser to push the Bankbuster in there, but there is a part of me that wants to hold Bankbuster back in case Blood Tithe Harvester wants to swing, because we can still crew it on the back of Wandering plus Goblin Shaman. So back and forth.
I don't like this, but
a lot of Rite of Oblivion targets. Ooh, okay. Getting spicy with some Wrath. I mean, that is a lot of flying. All right.
Yeah, gum. Another one.
Like DJ Khaled says, another one.
Now, are you running 2 or 4? Most people are into just like the 2 Bankbusters in the main board.
I think this one's on 4. It's at least on 3. I'm not sure on the 4th one exactly. Yep. Back to 20 you go. I can't imagine trying to play an aggro deck into Mardu Angels. It would feel like such a nightmare.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like anything I do. So few resources.
Yeah, the Rite of Oblivion isn't doing amazing in this scenario, but it's not terrible either.
Yeah. I'd rather have an Abrade, right?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I don't know that you want multiple Rites of Oblivion. I do like having one, but when you get to the 3rd one is when I start questioning it, usually.
Yeah, I've got 2 main boarded. None in the sideboard.
Let's see.
It's really good against Sanctuary Warden.
Alright, you've got 1 card in hand. Much as I want to hold off for one more turn. Well, can we just hold off for one more turn? No, you've got Rite of Oblivions. You can just keep rolling. Yeah. Must die.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, we can already get plenty of value off the Kiki. We don't have to hold back. Can we get a little top deck? Not terrible.
It's an Invoke.
I wish. Unfortunately, no. Yep.
Alright, so destroy the number 1 threat.
I mean, not exactly.
Oh, wow. Did you top deck that?
Yeah, that came off the blood token, which is why we played out the other land.
The blood token, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. All right, so you've got something. Oh, that worked out nicely. Okay. We're not gonna blow up a treasure token and a blood token to try to get, like, I don't know, a land or a creature off that, and maybe hit an invoke and really hate ourselves.
I was gonna say it's a high IQ move right there.
Yeah, I think we just let that one go. We've still got blood tokens to filter through and a Bankbuster to keep rolling. And then, yeah, sometimes we just top deck invoke too. Good God,
damn.
This deck is so gross sometimes.
Yeah, it really is.
No, like you'll see in one moment here. Ready? 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, and another one.
That happens a lot, doesn't it? Like you'll play one and it rolls right into another one.
Yeah, I really like the composition of this list. The fact that Siphon Insight, I cut it, feels really good as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Those were good. I'm gonna hope for a better hand though on this next set because I want to see this pop off.
Yeah, let's move to set 2 and see what happens when you don't have a land screwed game and a mold of 5.
I'm gonna make 1 or 2 adjustments here in the interim real quick, and
Sure.
I'll throw the challenge your way.
Sounds good. For those just
Thank you
joining,
to anyone who's watching.
we are.
C5 Redo's in my audience, yo.
Oh, dude.
Send some love to the Dark Stream as well.
Oh, C for Vredo. You have been blowing up nicely. I've actually been tracking all 200 plus MTG streamers and stat wise, and C for Vredo, I think you had the biggest gains this month of everybody.
Yeah.
Like legit, I think he had the biggest growth of everyone out of all streamers this month. Ah, the dual screen from C for Vredo. All right. See, this is what we recommend, the dual screen.
Yeah, just looking at the last year, I know Favretto tweeted about just that growth. It was crazy. Just seeing, just over the past year, Favretto growing.
No, I mean like in the last month. I think Favretto's got
in the last month too. Wow.
Let me double check here.
I'm gonna swap out one of these. I'm gonna delete one of these Rite of Oblivions.
Yeah, C Favretto in the last month went up 348 followers. Well played, C Favretto. Crushing it. Don't know exactly what you're doing, my friend, but you were doing it well.
That made a smart move.
I haven't actually checked all the stats yet, so I'm sort of gliding through and checking them. Because I was curious. And I'll throw it up on the screen while we're waiting for you so people can kind of see who all the various people are that are streaming. I've got the list. It took me a long time to compose it. There are 200 and 200. I have exactly 200 MTG streamers on this list right now. There's going to be additional ones.
I love it. You showed me the list, and I was like, it was like looking at the book St. Peter has at the gates, man. Just all the names and all the data. And I found myself in there. It was impressive, I must say.
C for Bretto's asking, how did I do this? With about, I don't know, 100 hours? It took about 100 hours. This is not all of the stuff that's on here either. Just, there's all the information sitting in here. In case you're wondering,
all right,
little incentive for C for Bretto, if you're wanting to have access to all this information whenever you want, come on by the Rebellion, my friend. I'll have all of it.
Check out our Discord. We have a link in my chat if you want to check that out.
Yep, I think we both have links in chat at this point. I got the MTG bot rocking it, so.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just gonna keep tabs on all this stuff because I don't know. I like to find out how to help people grow. It's just a good time. All right, you're on the play, and you're keeping 7. It's my turn to keep the risky one, right? Because this is a little risky, but wow, will it pan out if I get exactly 1 land off the top? That's not exactly how we drew it up, but
we kind of in an opposite situation here. I'm hoping to not draw lands.
Just got to get a Fable down, huh? Fair enough.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Fable has changed the way I mulligan, fundamentally.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Blood Tide's going to push, and we managed to counter the 3-drop and keep rolling. Let's see. Alright, we'll do a little Corpse Appraiser action here. I think
Corpse Appraiser feels good. Something to target in the graveyard.
Right. I think the problem I have with Corpse Appraiser is those scenarios where you play Corpse Appraiser or your opponent plays Corpse Appraiser and you see them dump 2 invokes into their graveyard and you're like, how shredded was that 3? You gotta be shitting me, you know? Alright, Blood Tithe and Steel Seraph. Gotcha. Alright, chat. Let's try this.
Ooh.
Oh, God, that felt terrible. That felt so terrible. I felt exactly.
Yeah, so my starting hand was just the Seraph and the Warden.
Alright, let's find some removal, huh? That is not what that is. Yep. Not how we want to draw it up, but how it's going to be drawn up for the moment.
I just learned what that move is in chess, where you let your opponent know, out in the open, where the threats are, so that they move accordingly, because the real trap is, them moving according to those threats. So like me seeing a make disappear in your hand, kind of like makes me avoid certain plays later on. You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What do we do here? Yeah, we'll just roll with it.
Is this an I believe I can fly moment?
It is. Flying, the least used mode on Steel Seraph.
True story. All right. Got to get around the menace that is Steel Seraph.
Wild Boar L2, welcome to my chat. Welcome back to the channel. Haven't seen you guys in you in a second there. Wild Boar L2 in the chat. Sorry guys, life got the best of me, as it tends to do. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Well, happy New Year to you. I hope you're doing well. All right, Darkstream playing a Blood Tithe Harvester.
And the point here is we got the tapped land as our 5th land, which we needed. But we need to hold up Make Disappear to make sure Sanctuary Warden doesn't come down off of Giada to get through Make Disappear. And because everything's flying, we can start smacking this Corpse Appraiser in, but we are on a very tight clock, and this is going to be a rough one. We'll see how it goes. Pretty sure if Sanctuary Warden resolves for Monsieur Bandito over there, we're going to get rolled. So, gots to not let that happen. Yep, that's the thing.
Got lucky there. That wasn't a land.
I wouldn't call it lucky, I'd call it good. Alright, so you get to put 5 points through. Yeah. Oh boy.
Anyway, I was talking earlier about chess. The term is pinning, and I learned it the other day.
Nice.
It definitely applies to Magic.
Oh yeah. So we got to get rid of the Steel Seraph. That's step 1. Like, we have the ability to push through here depending on top decks. It's just going to be really, really tight.
Oof. Another good one.
Can we afford for that to resolve?
I like to make my opponent ask questions of themselves in the main phase.
The problem is we have to, because Sanctuary Warden is the death knell. The biggest question, I think, for your turn here, Max, is whether you Blood Tithe my Blood Tithe to keep Giada swinging in the air.
You read my mind.
My guess is it's correct. You've got a flyer and limited resources to play with here.
Yeah, you want to preserve battlefield presence late in the game like this.
Yeah.
Worst thing that happens to this deck is we get to like 2 life and run out of resources.
There's that.
And then they start playing Sheldred and Invoke.
Good old Shelly.
Started to use her in Explorer a little bit with that Rakdos and the Mono Black.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Just catching 3 drops.
That is way too effective here. Okay. So we're gonna dump one out there and see if we can find some removal. It's not quite gonna do what I need it to. Do we have a path? Yeah, we still have a path. It's a really narrow path now, but we still technically have a path. That Overseer was inspired.
I know this isn't getting countered.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Alright, alright.
Can't afford, unfortunately. It's too many. Bright side, you'll be happy to know I'm going to have to discard and Invoke Despair here, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yep, never mind. I drew something worse. Oh, God. Once more into the breach. We need to find the solution right fucking... Nope. Land. Okay. Too many lands at the end. That's all right.
Much better set. That was only game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So cut down seemed like they're pretty effective against this archetype. I might be wrong, but they feel pretty decent here. Duress is, on the other hand, not very much, and negates very much no. How many Abrades tend to get shoveled into your end of the battlefield?
Sorry, say again?
How many Abrades tend to go on your end of the battlefield? Is it a high number?
2 sideboard.
Okay.
I'd rather rely on Brotherhood's End if it comes to that. I don't know. I split the difference on those Brotherhood's End and Abrade. In my version of Grixis, I've actually been running. Well, I haven't changed it in a long time. I used to run like 4 Abrade because of all the artifact meta. I think artifacts have kind of died down, haven't they? Except for Is It Tempo. Is It Tempo is still out there. Yeah,
the robots are still having fun here and there. Okay, this is pretty close to where I think I want my sideboard. Just so, Max, I don't mind. We can have transparency on this one. So I'm I'm taking out Duresses, I'm taking out negates, and I am pushing. Yeah, I'm going to push in some cut downs. I'm going to push in some soul transfers. And that's, like, the soul transfer I think is necessary because of Sanctuary Warden and the fact that we need additional answers to Archangel of Wraths and Shieldreds. The cut downs because you have Bloodtithe Harvesters, Giadas, and Fables. So we just need to hit that dead on. Yeah.
I sided in 2 Sarah Paragon for the removal, the Harvester, killing Giada. You know, I figured we have enough 3 and 2 drops to warrant a couple copies of Sarah Paragon, and then a 3rd Archangel of Wrath.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm debating the Graveyard Trespassers, but I don't know if I want them yet, so we're going to leave them out for now. We're sort of out of time, too, so we got to roll it out. Hey, what up, Noble Murloc? We are rocking out some team testing, so if you want to pull up a second screen, feel free. Because Max Damage has the other side of this match, and we're doing some Grixis v Mardu Angels.
Ugh. What an ugly opening hand. We are going to mulligan that.
Whereas on my end, I really like where this is positioned.
I'll cut the top to the top end of this hand to make it work. Ooh.
Makes sense. So chat, since we're on the play, we push the Bloodtithe Harvester out. If we're on the draw, I don't know that that would have been the play for turn 2, but this is where we're at.
Much like in chess, respond in kind on move 1.
Right.
The pawn going forward 2 spaces.
Well, now we have a quandary. How do we want to deal? Yeah, I think this is still a solution.
I'm sorry, Walborel. I didn't catch Japanese. If I see it, I'll let you know. Or if you see it again on my screen, the Japanese card, I'll tell you what it is. I'll identify it.
It might have been a Duress.
I don't recall which one. Yeah, it was probably Duress. Duress does have that alternate artwork.
I think Duress, I think it was and Duress. It was like Duress, negate on my end sometimes ends up with that. But I don't think there are many of those. It's usually weird commons and uncommons that have been printed about 1,000,000 times, right?
Yeah.
Do I want to discard? I don't think I do. I don't think I do.
Those archive cards are gorgeous. I think one of my favorites is Crux of Fate. The artwork on that for the archive.
Makes sense.
Cut down. That's something I don't have in this list.
I mean, you have to have the right deck to make cut down valuable, but against a deck like this where there's 12 plus targets, I think cut down merits a 2 of post board.
Yeah.
My general rule for removal spells, it needs at least 6 targets per copy. That's not based on like any math though, just for the reference.
Huh. That's interesting, like a rule of thumb kind of thing.
Yeah, just one I've developed over the years of brewing. I'm not saying it's right though, because I don't know that it is at all. All right, Well.
All right. Darkstream's ahead with that Kiki Jiki and the Shaman.
All right. Let's get this Invoke off.
Ooh.
Let's wipe that board out and replace.
Eebs, thank you for the subscription, the Prime subscription. Highly appreciated.
See if Noble Murloc cut down needed in the 75 if you're playing black, but I feel the card's going to see more love due to the new set, looking like it has a lot of small bodies. I need to go look at the new spoiler. I keep forgetting.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
I straight up haven't checked it out. I need to. Okay.
We're doing a, for those of you just tuning in, we're doing a little streamer skirmish, streamer showdown versus the TheDarkStream. And after this broadcast, we're going to be raiding our friends from the MTG Rebellion, Turtlebox, and Griffin Rider MTG. There we go with the duplication. How many creatures nowadays in Magic have wild ETB effects or attack upon attack effects? Makes duplication really valuable, or like blinking really. You'd think there would be more blink.
You know, and I'm a paper boomer, Max, so I remember the days when ETB was like the rarest thing. Like almost nothing had ETB once upon a time, and then they just started shoveling it.
Yeah, just strength and toughness, right? Like that was the measure of a good creature. Savannah Lion was a rare.
Savannah Lion was an amazing rare. I played the hell out of that card.
Yeah.
I watched a friend of mine blackout win they used to have states. I loved it when they had states. I don't know if you were around for that era, but that was awesome. It was a state tournament. Every state in America did it, and you get a plaque if you took it down. You know what I mean? So I watched a friend of mine take what we called, I think the deck archetype. I apologize if I offend anybody. It's called White Weenie for a reason. It's just little white creatures. And he like literally blacked out on Everclear and won a state tournament and has no memory of it to this day. Just no memory that he won the state tournament.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I think we're about to get Xaxes here.
We'll be off slightly.
Oh.
Off by 2, I think.
I miscalculated. Yeah, off by 2. I forgot about the Kiki Jiki tapping.
We'll throw a Bankbuster in and pass. If you can win in this position, hats off to you.
Brotherhood's End was the savior there and didn't happen.
So Brotherhood's End would it also get rid of the Bankbuster or no? Because I purposefully kept a card back to make sure Bankbuster gets crewed.
Yeah, you have to pick a mode.
Right.
But no.
Yeah, Noble Murloc TCG States was great. Regionals was also a shitload of fun. I miss those days. Like Paper Magic used to have States and Regionals, and they were the best thing because States was right when the set rotated, so it was everybody brewing, and Regionals was like right after the last set before rotation hit. So again, you had some brewing, but like it was a defined format with a tight meta. It was a ton of fun. These were huge tournaments. There was one in, I think, Regionals. We never had it in the Midwest where I live. But there was Minneapolis, Chicago, Nebraska, so the Iowans used to just split up and go to all of them and just take them down. We had a ton of fun.
Oh, wow, that's kind of cool, actually. I'll just go raid other states.
Yeah, we would do that, and we'd end up with like somewhere between 8 to 16 of us queued for nationals. That was a ton of fun. Okay.
Wow.
Graveyard Trespasser, can I fit you in? I think that's the only other card I want, but like I don't know how to fit that in without screwing up the curve horrendously.
It's so strange having both Trespasser and Corpse Praiser. It always feels like you have to pick.
Yeah, it's a bit of a non-bo. I think that's why there's a 2-2, like 2 Trespassers in the sideboard, 2 Corpse Appraisers in the main, because you're going to want the Trespassers more than the Corpse Appraisers, but you're not supposed to put both in at the same time.
What do you think about the what do you think about Turtlebox's version, the very slimmed down Grixis Control, where it's just like mostly removal, only 2 copies of Corpse Appraiser in the main, and that's it?
Welcome to the TheDarkStream.
Oh, hey, Dante Devil Slays. Thank you for the follow. What's up, what's up? We're doing... Make sure you pull up a second screen there, because we are rocking out against max damage and doing some team testing. Feel free to check that link out we just dropped. Turtlebox's version, I don't hate it by any means, but I also don't think it's optimized. I like Wandering Mind too much. And I definitely think at
That's
least
the value.
I also think one Shieldred is worth having, because there are so many instances where that card takes over the game, and in the meantime they have to answer all of these threats at the low end, which just makes Shelly difficult to deal with.
Not Golden Die, thank you for joining the chat. Dante Devil Slays, spreading the love. Thank you for your first chat. I highly appreciate it. Thank you for watching my channel. We usually stream Magic the Gathering Arena about 3 times a week, including Fridays and Saturday nights.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Wild Boar L2, thank you for the bits.
All about them biddies.
This is rough. This is rough. We're gonna keep this. Worst case scenario, the blood token can get us what we need.
Okay, so no white mana, but blood tithes out. All right, all right.
Oh, nice clutch. Might get countered here.
Oh yeah. We have to hold the bank disappear in case there's a Fable, so that you don't get that scenario. Oh,
yeah,
Noble,
thank you for the sub too.
Noble Murloc,
awesome.
I fully understand why you didn't rock the Shieldred in your version, because your version's trying to cap out at like 3 for the. You remember the Jund Sacrifice deck from the Pizza Box Open, Max?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody was asking why no Shelly, and I understood immediately why there's no Shelly. Like you're curving out at 3 in Friction. Dragon Engine's your 5-drop and your 3-drop. There's no reason for Shelly in that deck. Like you're trying to be all in on artifacts, which I loved, by the way. That was really cool to see, like aggro workshops, except it's a standard deck. I'd never played against that or seen that before. Fascinating.
Are we going hardcore here? No, we're not. We're not going hardcore.
How hardcore is hardcore?
Just playing Archangel of Wrath with no boost. Ah, I was hoping to get lucky and catch a 3-drop there. No such thing.
Okay, we need to hit land drops. We need to hit land drops. Yeah, we need to hit land drops. Gots to do it.
For anyone just tuning in, pull up a second screen and check out the DarkStream.
DarkStream,
go ahead and promote yourself. You also do vintage paper magic, don't you? Weekly?
Yeah, so I don't stream a ton, everybody. I stream a couple hours on Tuesdays and a couple hours on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are becoming the team testing sessions, streamer showdowns, however you want to put it. And Tuesdays, I get together with some friends of mine and we play some. Ooh, yeah, that can hit. We play a little bit of vintage paper. No, we're not rich, so obviously we are using various things that are not necessarily approved or tournament legal. Dante Devilslay is stated, is this based on standard Commander? This is standard. This is absolutely standard. I don't play a lot of Commander. I have nothing against the format. It's just not something I've ever really gotten into. Is it? Okay, I think this is right to do. I'm a little...
Thank you for the bits!
I'm a little back and forth on this play. But I think it's worth the Invoke to just draw 3 and deal 6. And try to get ahead. I could be wrong.
What do I do here? Okay.
Then again, Sanctuary Warden's a little terrifying, and so is that, damn it. Okay. Alright, alright. We're getting a little bit punished here for going a little bit too hard. Alright, we've still got ways to push through all this, everybody. So we'll push through. But...
Sarah Paragon never lasts long.
God, no. If it does, we lose. Here's the awkward part, is swinging with Kiki.
Losing the Harvester hurt more.
How often do you get to see a reflection of Kiki Jiki swing on its own, right? Noble Murloc saying he brews for pizza. Why play a meta deck for a free tourney? Fair enough. Fair enough. Artifact or creature card. Don't have that problem.
Oh.
Got a lot of gas in the tank, but not that.
Do I do this now? No. Yes. No. No. Oh, there's a counter spell right there. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll just give you the ability to kill the Kiki on end step if you want to. No? Okay. Fair enough.
Nope.
I think we are back on the Fable plan here. And just smacking for another 2.
In the early days, I used to call this deck the deck you're playing Grixis Value.
it does a really good job of managing the game state, which I've been surprised by how effective this iteration is. Do I care? Let's find out. I should probably just draw a card first and find out. Nah, we're good. We'll take the... I don't know, it's kind of like a 1-for-1. It's like 1 for 1.5 or something. I don't know how to put it. Make disappears not so great when you know it's coming. And I would rather just get it popping.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll take the
Wandering
Abrade.
Mind. Pretty terrifying when you consider what it usually precedes as Invoke Despair.
Right. Yep. Let's just apply pressure.
Oh. Oof. Questions. Let's
Got
do
another
this.
Brotherhood's end over there?
Nope, another Wrath.
That's pretty damn good too.
Yeah, might as well.
Alright, so we're going to go for the throat in response to make sure you don't get the lifelink. Oh, it still gives
Still
it.
get the life. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I need to read cards better. This is on me. Alright, let's invoke some despair.
Oh. I am in despair. Jeez. All right.
And let's make sure the Sarah Paragon has fewer targets if you get the second one. Snag ourselves a little soul transfer. I'll just let you know that free of charge. It's a soul transfer.
Well, damn.
Given that I have...
Still got the Bankbuster.
I was say, even if you blow up the board, I got another Invoke Despair in hand here, so I think I've got the lock.
Yeah, you've got the lock. That soul transfer's lethal.
Mm-hmm. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Rawr. So we get into the question of whether or not this Mardu deck can outgrind the value train that is Grixis midrange, because Grixis feels like it's just all the value all the time.
It really does. It really does. I think the answer tonight so far is no. I know small sample size, just 2 sets, but in most of those interactions, right, like, you had exactly what you needed to hold me off, tempo. Like, you made it look like a tempo match.
It sort of is. You get to snowball things really hard with Grixis, so in a weird way, once it gets ahead, it does push tempo heavily. There are some minor shifts I'm going to make on the sideboard, though. I fundamentally disagree with the Siphon Insight being in the list at all, and I'm just going to take the time to flip it to a Disdainful Stroke, because I think we're going to want one in the side.
Yeah.
I'm going
to switch out.
Go ahead.
I'm going to switch it out to Esper Midrange here for this next set. You can swap out too if you like, or keep.
I'll stick with Grixis, and let's see if we can find somebody to kill the villain. But in the meantime, I'm going to upgrade the villain a little bit, because I want to know what needs to get shifted in here. Like this Galvanic iteration, I'm still not 100% on, but it seems better than Siphon Insight, because, I don't know, copying Invoke is nuts. So we've got 2 extra slots on the side, because I don't think we need... Do we need the second Shelly? What's the second Shieldred? Is that just for aggro? Is the second Shieldred typically?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that's what it's for, but I'm not sure that makes it worthwhile.
It's for mono red.
That makes sense. And March of Wretched Sorrow also makes sense in that context, although I still don't like it. I'm also not 100% on these Brotherhood's ends, because I haven't done the math. I'd have to sit down and use the hypergeometric calculator and Frank Karsten's algorithm and figure out whether or not we have enough red sources, because I think there's only 15 red sources, which I don't know if that's good enough for 90% on turn 3 or not, but that's the math you have to know, because otherwise it's essentially a turn 4 card, at which point are there better options? And that's, again, this is math a lot of people don't do when they're designing decks and pulling them together, but it's math you need to do if you're brewing and you don't want to end up with so many awkward scenarios. Like, who is it? Blue Robot took down the tournament, Pizza Box Open. And I believe they had a Brotherhood's End in the sideboard with only like 10 red sources. I remember looking at that and just thinking, you're never casting that on turn 3. Like, if it happens, it's going to be like 50% of the time at best. So I don't know that I like it in that particular deck. This one has 15 sources. I think we're closer to 80% on that, but I'd have to sit down and do the math to really know.
Yeah. Been doing a lot more math this rotation because of all the wedge decks.
Oh, yeah. For sure. The mana got really, really excellent, but the price is you have to do a lot more math.
Yeah, right? Like 2 copies of one land, 2 copies of another.
I remember where there's a brief time in Standard where we had all the snow lands, so people were just playing snow decks, which is monocolored, and it was the easiest thing in the world. It's like, I don't know, you play 20 of this snow-colored land and then 4 scrying sheets. That's the deck. And then just add the rest of the color in. It was the easiest Standard to build for.
I had such an easy time building mono green.
Right. All right. I've updated Grixis. I didn't change much, but a few slots. I wanted 1 unlicensed hearse in the sideboard in case we start running into Delver decks, or just more graveyard dependent decks. I haven't really seen the full spectrum of Standard lately, but I know that Delver gets blown out by unlicensed hearse, so I like having a single copy for that.
Yeah, unlicensed hearse is great against Hottie Jin, and yeah.
I'm just saying,
I think the graveyard hate is for mono blue, isn't it?
It really is, because I'll say this: I got to live the dream. I got to unlicensed hearse a mono blue Delver player's graveyard to 0, and then cut down a Jin that was a 0/4, and that felt amazing.
Wow. Yeah, if you can cut down a Jin, oh, that does feel great.
This particular hand is a little risky.
Sort of like cutting down Rafine. If you can cut down a Rafine, it costs 1 more, but...
Right? Oh, never punished. Hell yes. I love it when we don't get punished for taking risky keeps. It's the best feeling in the world. Oh, even better. Oh, Max. This is going to be a rough one for you, I think.
Oh, no.
Alright. Alright, we can play Drago back and forth. It's been a minute since I've gotten to play the Drago game.
Yep.
Do a little duress action, see what you got.
Oh, that's no fair. Got rid of my make disappear.
Landed the Fable, and now we get to course correct the whole hand. Noble Murloc, he got us on Delver. Know the secret for flip Delvers? Yeah. The secret's Friction Flesh Gorger. Completely obsolete.
Wow. Got a Galvanic. Invoke Despair to gain. Oh.
Alright, so we go 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're playing Sanctuary Warden regardless, so we would rather do this. Yeah, we'd rather do this in that scenario. But we'll grab a Go for the Throat. Sanctuary Warden's real awkward for us, but is what it is. Alright, Rafine. What you know about me?
Rafine, give me options, please.
Da, 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 da. So the beauty here is you know that I have Go for the Throat, so you can't block with Sanctuary Warden unless you want it killed.
Yeah.
Yep. So we get to push damage through. The price is that we don't get to do all the things we want to do here. But that's fine. We're still going to do a little Invoking of Despair. Because we can potentially race. And that's where we want to be, I think. And you know I have a negate as well, which helps.
Hmm. We're gonna play
Okay.
Denik. We definitely need the lifelink.
Makes sense. Okay. One moment. We are not getting to combat before... Oh, it's an artifact. Son of a... Go for the throat. Why would you betray me?
That's why you sideboard Infernal Grasp.
Oh my god. It feels so harsh when it happens like this.
Right? I've been there. That happened to me in the pizza box.
Yeah, we're still go for the throating it. For those wondering why, it's so that the ability to get another creature and draw doesn't happen. Yep. We want to make sure these invokes hit hard.
Yeah, I have to do it that way.
Alright. What are we doing here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Invoke Despair, I'm guessing. Copy Invoke
Probably.
Despair, maybe.
I mean, we can... Yeah, we have enough mana to pull all of that off. But does it actually win us the game, or do we just get blown out on the backswing here? I think I'd rather go this path. That'll work.
Ooh, what a thing to duplicate. I've read a rip, yeah. Pretty much. No, I asked for this. Can you believe that?
We may have made a few mistakes in how we did this turn. About 2 minor mistakes. I don't know if they're going to matter, though. So it's... Okay, so we made the correct play there.
All in on Steel Seraph and we paid for it. Fair enough.
I'm going to make Denik fly.
No.
Interesting. I would have figured that, actually. Okay.
No. Oof. Yeah.
Everything goes?
Let's match this.
Good choice. That'll pay dividends. If you put it on the Denik, you were going to get blown out.
Yeah.
Hard. That I can guarantee.
What a whiff. Whiff.
Wow, that is quite the whiff.
Yeah, I really expected something. Okay. Alright.
Well, you're not going to like where this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay, so we can do... I think we win here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what? Maybe. Yep. There you go.
Rar.
Nice. Just had to do it once.
That Galvanic coming in clutch. And down it all falls, precious.
I think Galvanic fits here. I think it really does. I've run with it like that before. It's fun.
Okay. What on earth are we trying to rock out here? Alright, let's take a look at the battlefield. So this is Esper Tempo, essentially?
Yeah.
Like Esper Lifelink, almost? But
Borderlines
again, we're...
on control.
Yeah, we're not seeing much in the way of things that need to be negated or duressed, so those can get cut. Yet again,
that's a good choice.
Soul Transfer looks like it's necessary. You've got Denix, so the cut downs look good again too. Between Rafine and Denic, we do want to hit those and get ahead on mana. Brotherhood's End sucks here. I don't know that Disdainful Stroke's amazing, but I'm tempted to try one. I think one makes the cut over the third go for the throat.
Sanctuary Warden has really become Esper's, well, any deck. Mardu as well, running in the top end of those decks. I think it's a really good top end card for both of them. See Abrade pointing out in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, mono white also runs it. I mean, it's if you're running white, I think Sanctuary Warden's where you tend to lean on your top end, which makes sense. Do you run Reckoner Bankbuster in that deck? Is that even a thing?
Sideboard, but no.
Okay. Trying to figure out
I think it's more on the removal and the counter spells in this version.
And does that deck go harder on Duresses is the other question, really.
It's the 2 of.
Okay, that makes sense. Probably just the one Shelly, yeah. The Dreams of Oil and Steel doesn't seem particularly well suited against this deck. I think it has fewer than 10 targets.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that.
It actually only has 10 targets. Yeah, it's Shieldred, 4 Blood Tithe Harvesters, 2 Corpse Prisoners, 3 Wandering Minds. That's only 10 targets. That's definitely not enough for Dreams.
It's just underdog when Grixis used to run it.
Yeah, that would have been good for that. That makes sense. Oh, chat. That's a little risky, but I like it on the draw.
Sometimes you have to trust your deck.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, shouldn't have trusted it there.
Got blown out that hard, huh?
Yeah, god dang.
I'm not 100% this is the right move, but I'm willing to risk it. Because you missed the land drop, you know? Okay.
Yeah. Understood. Really?
And we might get... Oh, okay, so we didn't get punished hard. Thank God. I was like, oh, this might be a really bad moment.
Pavretto pointing out, I trust the deck, just don't trust the shuffler.
That's fair.
I think hand smoothing is one of the reasons I kind of slowed down on playing best of one.
Oh, yeah?
The high degree of it.
Alright, deck. Nope, that's not quite it. We are going to do this right now, though, in case we draw a tapped land. Nope. Just going to miss that land drop. Alright, seems fair. We both get to miss a few land drops, right?
Yeah.
Seems about right. Denic. Denic.
Thought you would have countered. I'm play Duress.
No,
My God.
No counters, but I mean, like, have fun.
What? Oh, man. I mean, you're going to get that 5th land. I know you are.
It's a lot of action, I'll put it that way. I think I'm still
Jesus.
doing this on end step because I'd rather draw 3 on Invoke and maximize the damage. Oh, and look at that. Never punished. Thanks, Shuffler. I think according to so many threads, because I've spent more money on Arena, I'm gonna get better draws, right? I've seen so many threads that was what they said.
Right. Oh.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, do we want to do it this way? Yeah, we can go this route. Let's see what we get. Yeah, right.
Ah, of course. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. In comes the Denny. Well, you already know what's coming.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And this is why I love that one Galvanic, man. I think it's so much better than Siphon Insight.
I think so too. I think you've made an argument and a case for that tonight. Fits in really well.
We'll take this full grip of 7 and see what we can do. We just got to push through one more time. And sure enough, what is this deck if not a million invokes?
Good work.
Noble Murloc, for every 100 you spend on Arena, you get that many more better hands. Yeah. I've seen the conspiracy threads. Usually it's on Facebook. You know, good old boomer book coming through.
I was gonna say, we were talking about that earlier today, just how like Facebook is a totally different scene from some of the other social media MTG communities.
Oh my god, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, tinfoil hats all around.
It's the closest thing I can think of to like MTG Trumpers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All the weird alt-right stuff. Yeah.
I do have a question.
Don't ever try arguing in there with them.
Oh no, it's a waste of time. I do have a question though. I don't know if you know the answer to this, Max, or if anybody in either of our chats has the answer to this. But what did Wizards do that pissed off all the D&D players? Because I haven't figured that out yet, and I've been wondering.
I think I have a rough conception of what it was. It had something to do with copyright infringement and campaigns, and like you can't make content, I think, with campaigns that involve their trademarks or they own the content.
Oh, good lord. Really?
Yeah.
So they're taking a game that's fundamentally open source and saying no more and like ruining the game, because that's all D&D was. It was like a slightly more structured open source fantasy game time. It was a lot of, I played plenty of it when I was younger. It was a ton of fun. I mean, at least until I found Magic, and then competitive side came out. Can't really do the competitive thing in D&D to my knowledge. It tends to be, it's more like a commander game, right? It's more about having fun and getting to experiment with your characters and try out different ideas. Am I wrong in that?
Yeah. I think, well, I guess it depends on how you play, but yeah, for the most part, right?
Sure. They're making third-party people who make so much money pay money to them? What? Wizards. God, the greediest. This is why they get spammed whenever the WotC account goes live on Twitch, and they get spammed with the copies of the card Greed and Gluttonous Slug. Just over and over.
Over and over, all day.
And deservedly so, because, like, a billion-dollar company that's sitting there like, no, we want all the money. Like, give us more money. No give, only take. God. I remember when they used to do cool stuff. Like, they had the Junior Super Series that helped, literally paid for a semester of my college by playing competitive Magic. And
awesome.
It was so cool. They had a great indoctrination process of getting all the kids to really get into competitive Magic. They had the dream of the Pro Tour and the Gravy Train. I had friends that played on that Gravy Train. Hell, McLean took down 2 GPs in a row with Birthing Pod and Modern, and then they just banned out Birthing Pod. It was wild. I was like, dude, nobody else is even top 8ing with Birthing Pod. McLean's just that good with the deck. And he was. It was wild to watch. Because we...
go ahead. Sorry.
The last GP, Birthing Pod, was legal. We went, and 3 of us played it. Like, McLean was there. We knew he was going to take it down because he knew all the lines. And that deck, if you've never seen it, is incredibly difficult to play. So we played what we called Trading Wheels Pod, where we just shoved 4 Siege Rhino in over a lot of the other, like, tutor slots. We're like, I don't know, like Siege Rhino just it wrecks people. We're just gonna play Training Wheels Pod, and we all day 2'd. We did really well till we hit the Tron matchups, then we got rolled. All of them in day 2, basically. But they basically banned McLean from playing professional Magic because they cut out the deck that he had spent over 1,000 hours mastering for an Eternal format that was never supposed to rotate. That was when I was like, GG Modern, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, Modern is like that meme, the Lion King meme, where it's like you can venture out into the kingdom in all these places, but don't go over there in the shadow area.
Right?
That's Modern for me.
Let's see. Noble Murloc GR thing is what made Johnny Magic big. It's where, yeah, Finkel. Yeah, actually, Darth Zero played a lot of Magic with Finkel once upon a time, I think. I do recall there's a story. I think they were at like Disneyland or something. And they were smoking so many cigarettes between rounds they lit the can on fire on accident, like that ashtray can that they put out. Because I mean, like,
oh my God.
To be fair, Magic tournaments, the old competitive ones, looked like Mastodon concerts. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a bunch of dudes with like black metal shit, long hair, smoking like chain smoking cigarettes with backpacks. It was like a Mastodon concert. It was awesome.
It was a different scene, man.
Oh yeah. We can keep this. Yeah. All right. Let's do it. What you got? So many things. Okay. Well, we'll get rid of the counters. This is going to be an interesting hand for you.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
My style. I risk it.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Wow. Yeah.
Got the land. All right.
Damn. ETB effects. We were talking about that earlier.
I was gonna say, you can kill it. I'll take my 2-for-1 and move right along, baby.
Yep. You basically just played a tutor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but Shelly's gonna come to play now.
Yep.
That is a problem. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Oh, Shelly, why are you like this? So good. So effective. Yep.
This is risky if you have a braid.
Yeah, we take the 2-for-1 here, but I still think that's the correct attack for reference. Like,
yeah, I still think so too.
It didn't pan out, but look at the advantage engine. It was a 2-for-1, and you're still doing just fine here. I'm gonna flip this out real quick. Oh god, I don't love any of this. All right, that's fine. AO's just sitting there staring at me, taunting me. And there's a Denic too. There's protection from the Invoke.
Their hand by playing Denic.
Yep.
All right, then I feel safe playing Gix.
And the problem with this Grixis build is it does not really have a solution to this. Like when it gets to this point, you just have to kill everything as fast as possible, and you don't have good ways of doing that. I think we just die here because like we can go into
Welcome to the chat, Gilbot.
We can go into Invoke, but you just sack the Denic. And we draw a couple of cards, and then we're going to take 8. And yeah, this is going to be a rough one. Oh, Shelly? Yeah, GG's. You got us.
Yep. All right, we got one in.
So is that a more aggressive build, or is that the same build?
So I added just a tiny bit more counterspell.
Okay.
Spell Pierce, Disdainful Stroke, Negate, one of each, and for the invokes. And I actually took out a Denic, and the Gix showed up, I think is what happened. Gix usually doesn't show up. I'm thinking about going up to 3 copies of Gix instead of the 2 I have.
I think 2 makes a lot of sense. 1 is absolutely correct. 2 makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
3 gets into how many 2-drops are you running, because if you're running 3 Gix, you really want to be more of an aggressive deck to take advantage of that turn 3 draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've only got the 4 2-drops, 2 Underdogs, 2 Denics.
I don't know that I love the 3rd Gix in that exact instance then.
Okay, we'll keep it at 2.
It does seem strong as a 2-of. Okay, so
I really like Gates in the Angels deck with all the evasion and the flying.
Sure, absolutely. Galvanic, yeah, you're probably still worth keeping. I think it's still
Welcome to the chat, Gilbot. Welcome to the chat, Luis Dragon. What's going on? Thank you for being here, Lieutenant Watts. You were I'm late saying hi to you, but you are super late coming in, so I guess that checks out.
You missed roll call, Lieutenant Watts. How dare you? All right, I think we can lose one Bankbuster. Yeah, we'll try it this way. See, I think the other reason I really disagree with Grixis Midrange having Siphon Insight is you already have Fables and you already have Reckoner Bankbusters, and both of those take time to pay off. I don't think you can afford to have more do nothing immediately cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an either or, Siphon Insight or Bankbuster, really, in my opinion.
Yeah. And you already have a ton of card advantage engines. Like, I died with 5 cards in hand there, you know? Like, there's no shortage of ways to get card advantage, but you do need to actually keep the board locked down. Alright, so we're not going to get lucky on our draw there, which is fine. We sort of played that scenario. What do we think you have? That's a better question. 2 mana, should have a Make Disappear. Let's make you play it if you got it. Yeah, we'll pull invokes every time. Never punished, always invoking. Rafine.
Glad you're tapped out, so you play Rafine. Oh, we were talking about that earlier. Feels good to cut down a Rafine.
It feels great, yep. We did get lucky with the land off the top there. We did not have a 4th land.
I see that Despair coming.
That's an interesting choice, yeah. Okay. So we don't have counters in hand, or you wouldn't be doing that.
How'd you know?
Right? Unfortunately, we don't hit the 5th land drop because we're not that lucky. And we will still push through here.
Yeah, for all my Damaged End crew in the chat, we're going to have Community Fight Night hosted by Gilbot9000, who's in the chat, and my moderator after this. But for those of you watching Magic, we're also going to be raiding Turtlebox and Griffin Rider MTGs. They're going to be duping out in Explorer.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Somebody other than us play.
Right? We've been doing this, what, like 3-4 months now?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily every week, but like most weeks.
Right.
I'd say about every other week we've been doing this.
Right.
All right, Rafine has returned. Do you have the Invoke protection?
I hate doing this.
Okay, so we're banking on me not hitting that 5th land is the idea.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Let's see if I can find it.
Doesn't make it easy.
Yep.
Yep.
And Fable does the work it's supposed to there. And I'm feeling decent about this game, at least. It ain't over yet, but feeling decent. Okay.
See if you rolled into another Invoke.
I mean... meh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just do.
You know what card would be really good for you right here if you don't have Invoke is Liliana, actually, and I don't even like Liliana.
I can do you one better. I'll put it that way.
Ah, that is better.
Because now we win.
That's better.
now we just win right now.
Yep,
we just crew this and smack for 6.
There you go.
And get us to that game 3. Noble Murloc, Pod was my Jan, known Coco God. I mean, if you're a known Coco God, hats off to you. That's a good place to be. I don't know. Do I want a Graveyard Trespasser against you? I'm so back and forth on the second Shelly versus the first Graveyard Trespasser against your deck because you have Denix and like T-Dogs, you know what I mean? But Denix also shuts
Yeah.
down Graveyard Trespasser on the front end, which is a problem, to say the least. I'm back and forth. I think it's got to be the second Shelly, though. It's just too good to ignore. As much as I want the Disdainful Stroke against you, you also go under it sometimes really effectively, and I can't just hold up mana forever against a deck with Duress. Yeah, we'll run it back for game 3 and see how it feels. So far, this Grixis list has felt really well tuned, though.
It really does. The Wandering Mind, good choice on that. Has definitely put in work today. All right, we're gonna align ourselves against the Invoke Despair, mainly in the sideboard here. We're gonna bring in the Duress, Spell Pierce.
We're on the draw.
Not wild about this hand, but we'll run with it.
Yeah, I feel very similarly. This is one of those hands that, like, we're a little off of where I want to be, but it's close, right? And if it's close, it's hard to just...
two drop the T-Dog.
Can we afford the tempo shift if you play fucking Rafine? God, Rafine does so much for you on the play. And these pain lands are really living up to the definition of their name right now.
That's what we want to do. Let's do this first. Let's Duress. Okay.
And I can explain my position a little bit better now that the world can see it. We did the Blood Tithe Harvester there so that we have the blood token to go grab the third land if we don't hit it on our first top deck, because we do need to make land drops or we lose this game. And if we didn't get one right off the top like we just did there, that would have been absolutely critical. So...
Yeah, and I've been in the same situation tonight at least a couple times. Yeah.
Alright. I think we're fine if you go for the counter there, but we want to force it. Ooh, a Spell Pierce. That's a spicy way to counter.
Yeah, I want to go for the 1-drop counter so we can hold up 2 mana there.
Alright. I respect it. I respect it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Do we have another counter?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do it. It's worth it. Bankbuster is so much value.
Yeah, it is. Alright. Well, you know where I'm going. It's going to be a little harvest action.
At least it's not Graveyard Trespasser.
True. True.
Go for the
T-Dog
blitz here.
coming out. Okay. I think we both know I have to push Shelly here.
Yeah, you have to.
And we need to start swinging to make this at least a little bit difficult for you. Yep, there's the go for the throat we were hoping you wouldn't have. Alright.
Tapped out, so we have to pass. Tight margins.
Really tight margins for this game.
Okay, let's do it this way. Legendary lands.
Ooh.
Sanctuary Ward.
Oh, so good.
Oh.
Alright, this is not the 2-for-1 we want to do, but it's the 2-for-1 we have to do.
Yeah, that was a must.
Yeah. Gotta keep applying pressure.
Oh wow, yeah.
Still gotta
Bodies.
do it. Yep. That's a problem.
Go for the check.
Fuck. The odds of this working out are really low, but YOLO?
It's do or die time, though.
Are we on the YOLO plan right now? I feel like we're on the YOLO plan. Yeah. Okay. Retrospect, that was not the right way to do that.
We have an Abrade? Oh, okay.
Did the math slightly wrong. That's on me. And when we lose this next turn, that's on me. We should have just blood typed.
Oh,
That's way
AO
too
turns
good.
into Shelly.
Yeah, we screwed up pretty hard there.
Wow. Tight
Gotta do the
margins.
math better.
Wow.
I gotta do the math better on that one, because the Blood Tithe Harvester could have killed the AO, or I could have just used it to blow up the 1/1, and then invoked at the AO out. You get Shelly, but I still have the 2/2 back. No, because we're still gonna die on the back. Okay, because you got Shelly, I don't think it would have mattered, but if it was not a Shelly, we had a pretty decent shot if we had gone a different way. Yeah. I guess we could have technically blood tithed the AO out, and you get Shelly, then we have a 2/2, but you still have the 1/1, so Invoke doesn't hit Shelly. Yeah, no matter what, because Shelly's the one that's coming off of it, we're screwed. Alright. Once more into the breach, my friend.
Yep.
And
I think I'm gonna stick with this deck.
Yeah. Let's get another set with it in. I think this is probably going to end up being our last set before we raid on out to Griffin and Turtle. We'll see if they're active once we get through this.
Yeah, we'll see where they're at. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'll hold on to this. What's going on, Langhack? Welcome back to the chat.
Oh, it feels terrible when these Duresses don't hit.
Doesn't it?
Oh my god,
I think that's why
so bad.
some folks have switched to Steel and Oils, because that hits a lot more with the creature heavy meta.
I'm wondering if I just need to shift it to a 1/1 split between Duress and Steel and Oil, or put a cut down with a 1/1 split. I don't know. Maybe it is time to just push two cut downs in the main. They do get pushed in a lot.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that as well.
Okay, so Steel Seraph still can't get cast, thankfully.
Not cruel than die. That's an interesting question. I'll have to think on that for a minute.
I'm really curious on the Plaza of Heroes versus playing the Rafine's Tower to get that 5th land / 2nd white source for Steel Seraph and AO next turn. But we'll see. We'll have to see how it pans out. I'm curious.
Yeah, I think...
I mean, it's entirely contextually dependent on that 4th card in hand that I don't know about, right?
Yeah, it is. It really is. I think we're going to cycle.
Okay.
And we're going to play this.
Yeah. Duress is real good against this deck. Yup. 'Cause, 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 'cause
I have seen 4 Duresses in some lists.
Sounds about right. Yep, AO's coming.
It's like the automatic Forethought Season Explorer.
Yeah. Alright, is it land giant steel seraph?
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh, right, because once you have AO, it can do that. Whoops, okay, that's on me. I did not realize that actually allowed white because of AO's presence. Otherwise, we'd go for the Throat on upkeep to keep AO out.
Yeah, that was the only way. Darkstream is referring to Plaza of Heroes.
Yeah.
Don't overlook this land. It can help you in a pinch.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's kind of like a fog.
Now, here's a weird question. If I destroy my own AO, does that keep you from casting the copy?
No.
No.
I don't believe so. Because it's already been cast, so the effect should still...
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It wouldn't lose its target, and... Okay.
Right, because Galvanic doesn't actually target, it just says whatever is next cast, that gets copied. So I don't think it has an issue with
Galvanic
targeting.
is such a good card.
I'm really liking it as a one-of here. I'm already seeing some shifts I want to make to the main board of this, but not immense ones. They're really minor. Oh god, Shelly.
It just keeps turning into Shelly in this deck.
Every time AO turns into Shelly, an angel weeps. I'm just going to say that.
It doesn't matter.
I suppose an angel doesn't weep because Steel Seraph just sits there and giggles.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yep.
Steel Seraph doesn't have a heart, so...
Right. I think you've definitely got this one. I've got to make Disappear in hand. That's not going to be enough to come back from this. Okay, let's see if we can drag out the post-board games. But I think we're finally seeing a deck that can come and battle correctly.
We're going to swap out our cut down for a Dreams of Steel and Oil. Just going to highlight this uncommon from Brothers War. Some people don't know about it. Very interesting card. A Duress, but for creatures, pretty much. Also, the added bonus of getting rid of, a little graveyard hate. For Tenacious Underdog, for Denick, for all the recursive stuff out there.
Right.
There's some things in green, too. I know green's not relevant right now, but like the Amalgam. Anything with Unearth.
That makes sense. On my end, if you're watching viewer, what you're going to see is that all the counters are gone. Post-board, I'm going to try this iteration where we don't worry about trying to prevent what they're doing so much as we try to push the tempo. And the reason for this is mostly because I know there's at least 2 Duress sitting on the other side. Playing a counter war when you have limited counters and they have Duress feels terrible. You end up in way too many scenarios where they just Duress the counter out and then play the spell. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's an easy pick for what card to return. Double legendary land.
Yeah, no, that does make it easy. So the deck runs 2 Aganjo?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a high legendary list. You got, Denick, Sheldred, AO.
Sure.
I figure it kind of works.
That makes sense.
Back when it was Esper Legends, it definitely had 2 Agancho, 2 Otawara.
T-Dizzle. I will show you the meaning of tempo.
Not cool guy talking about using Dreams of Steel and Oil against Is It Phoenix?
Nice.
Is it Phoenix? That's a list I would love to play in Paper Magic. I know there's a challenger deck for it. I'm hunting it right now.
And this is called putting on the hurt. There should be removal for Shieldred pretty quickly, but if there isn't, the game's over, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's what it boils down to.
Yeah. You either have it or you don't. Or you have another Shieldred of your own.
Shelly v. Shelly? Let's do it. In for this.
I like your artwork way better.
I don't even remember how I got it. Rar. Shelly go brrr.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Up and down we go, Precious. Up and down we go. And that Graveyard Trespasser just gets to flip. Boo, Wendy Testaburger, boo.
Wendy Testaburger, nice.
Forgot Wandering Emperor is still a card for you. Alright, now we're on the wrong side of Shelly. Not where you want to be. Let's see.
All Shelly's no breaks.
Yeah, for real. How do we want to deal? I don't think there's much of an advantage to be gained by playing out the rest of this right now. I think we're just on a holding pattern for a moment. Which is not where you want to be in the Shelly War. Oof. It's not going to be a good day for the heroes in this matchup, it looks like. You might have finally found the deck that really punishes Grixis. Because it feels like it's lining up really, really well. Which is good to know. I've been trying to find the deck that is going to beat Grixis, and it might be this one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've been trying to make this Planeswalker work.
You are the greediest playing Teferi. I love it. Oh, so greedy.
Oh, that's classic.
So do you bump up the Teferi token so that you can get the Bankbuster crude if I blow up Shelly?
I didn't think about that, actually. I just wanted Shelly to be a 5/6.
Just wanted Shelly to ball out. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. That first strike Death Touch. What oh my god. Just I remember a Orzhov creature. Remember the treasure, the venture creature that would go into the dungeon every time it attacked, and it would have, if it was your turn, it had like first strike and Death Touch, and it was just a 1/1, but nobody would ever block it.
Don't know that I'm super familiar.
I'll have to look it up. I think it was from AFR.
Well, chat, this is the moment. I call this the do or die moment. Either we are going to get the thing to kill Shelly, or we're really, really not going to work.
It's crazy, right? Like, you pretty much have to, like, fall on your own sword to kill Sheldred.
Alright. Well. Yeah, we'll just take that. Gain a little life. Gotta kill that Teferi, though. Is a problem.
Okay. We're gonna let that go.
All walkers must die. Yeah, we can work with that. Bye-bye, shells.
No!
And we'll do a little Fable action.
Oh, blocker, too.
Can't do it much better than that.
That was great. That was a great turn on your part there.
we caught up a little bit, but weirdly this like spirit token coming off Teferi is scary as fuck.
Yeah.
It just gets out of control so fast, and it has to be answered quickly. Ugh. I already hate it. Alright. Responses and things?
Definitely gonna need to draw a response here, just to push us over the top, because this is not looking good board-wise for us. At least not in the short term. Oof. Well placed Abrade.
Unfortunately, that little 4/4 now a 5/5 is doing some work. Yup. Good old Denny. Land. Oh god, and that's so big now. Ugh. Okay. Do we want to trade like the whole damn board? No. The answer is no. We will just do a little chump action here. Come on. There's no Wandering Emperor in hand. You didn't get it. No, 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 no. Okay. That makes a little more sense.
Yep. Triumphant Adventurer. Thank you, Luis. That was the card. Okay.
Let's see. That has Vigilance too. Good lord. Boo.
Well, you took away my draw ability. Let's see.
All right. Giant 8/8 staring at me. Almost lethal on its own. Basically just abyssing me every single turn. Well, that was mean.
Vigilance is just too much.
It's so good right now. Yeah, I think we're still doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How greedy am I feeling here? Pretty greedy.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's enough, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
There's another route to take with this, but I'm going to do this. Rawr.
Okay. So now we're in the tight spot.
I don't know, I'm like, did Grixis command win the game? I don't know.
I do have that in the sideboard, and I didn't put it in.
All right.
That is a good suggestion right there. Grixis command the sideboard against the Grixis matchup.
They do have a certain number of things that it hits, and it's rather effective.
Oh, wow, you got it.
Boom, boom, boom. And we move to the final game.
Hell yeah.
It's a good set, at least, so far.
Yeah, it really is.
What else do we need? Okay, that unlicensed hearse may end up becoming something else. I don't know. I also don't like overboarding things. Like, if it's a balanced list, sometimes you just need to shift a little bit. but I think this is within
Yep.
a couple slots in the main of being correct. I don't know that I agree with Duress in the main at the moment. There are certain metas where I like it, but I think we're back to a cut down meta where I'd rather have that.
I think so too.
I'm tempted to do Dreams of Oil and Steel. I'm concerned about it as well. I don't know. Like, cut down does such an effective job against these Esper decks.
It's really great in the sideboard against the reanimator lists as well.
It's a fair point. Alright, so a little bit of an awkward land drop situation for you, so you time walk twice, but now you're on 3. Alright. Rude. There goes the Fable.
Oh, that's the value there, yeah.
Shit. Alright. Well, just keep swinging. My version of Finding Nemo, just keep swinging. For the love of God, these Wandering Emperors.
I suffer amnesia sometimes with Wandering Emperor, right? I'm playing against white and I just forget it exists.
Fair enough. Alright, deck. Cough up a little something. That's not it. That was gonna be awkward. Alright. Yep. Rafine be scheming. Yep.
See if we can get out of cut down range.
You can, but I'm gonna throat goat it. Oh, do you have the counter? Did you sandbag that counter just... Oh, you son of... Well played. Unfortunately, we also have this.
Oh!
Alright. Let's get back to even here and play it out. Don't like that. Nope, don't like that at all. Thankfully, we top deck decently. Alright, deck.
Really wish I had one of those right now.
That's a pretty good... That's decent. That's decent. That puts on pressure quick. Let's see if we can just top deck and invoke and not care. No, but I'll take a Shelly.
Oh. Wow.
Alright, so Plaza of Heroes only targets legendary creatures. Thank God. I was like, if that shit targets, like, planeswalkers, ugh. And a Steel Seraph into an Abrade in my hand. Interesting. Alright. I guess you kind of have to go for it, though, right?
Yeah.
The Samurai be flying, and here we go.
Moth Rider Samurai.
Right? I love it. Let's do a little drawn. Just the way we drew it up. Alright, so again, Galvanic really proving how excellent it is.
Oh, wow. MVP, Galvanic.
Oh, shit. I forgot
No,
you
you
can't
didn't
change
have
modes.
to.
I can't change modes. I
Yeah,
forgot
oh.
about that. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Oh, we wasted
Yeah.
it. We wasted it. We wasted it. I feel so bad about this. Okay, well, I'm going to cry a little. That was such a bad move. Oh, my God.
I'm going to fall on my own sword a little bit here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Did not pay off.
Can we win despite our terrible player? Let's find out. Just Shelly against the world, baby.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Right? I mean, Shelly plus Bankbuster does feel kind of gross. You just go nuts, basically. Are we in Make Disappear land?
Nope.
Alright, fair enough.
right.
We might. Are we in removal land? Is this like EOT blow up the Shelly?
Well, we have Wandering Emperor sitting over there, but
Just-
not for long, right?
That's doing a pretty admirable job of keeping everything at bay. Like, it's definitely holding me off from winning this game. Alright. We are not discarding. No, no. Let's gain more life and go up to 26. That feels good. Is that really the thing to do here? Yeah, I think I'm still swinging here. Let's force some blocks.
Yep.
Alrighty. Can't draw it up much better than this. I think we're gonna snag this set. Yeah. We still had a soul transfer in hand. Alrighty. I think that's gonna do it for both of us on this one, yeah, Max? I saw Griffin Rider is rocking out. So I think we are gonna raid on over. Where is the Griff? There we are. Griffin Rider MTG. Everybody ready? Do a little raid train time. Appreciate you guys, everybody coming out. It's been a fun testing session. We're gonna keep doing this on Wednesdays. It's too much fun. Gotta keep doing it, right? Alright, everybody aboard the raid train. Let's go say hi to Griffin Rider. Thank you so much for coming out, everyone. It's a hell of a good time.